welcome to this very special live show.
Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're looking at controversial moments and scandals that were the death knells for the TV shows involved.
You have no idea what you're dealing with. None at all!
Number 10. A sitcom too far. Heil honey, I'm home. It might surprise you to hear that the infamous Hitler sitcom that aired on the short-lived channel Galaxy in the 1990s isn't quite the worst thing to ever be produced for television.
Heil honey.
Heil honey.
Heil honey.
Heil honey.
Hello.
I'm home.
The controversial satire was in extremely bad taste, but there are a lot of terrible British comedies out there. Still, it was probably for the best that only one of its 8 total episodes was ever broadcast, and it remains remarkable that nobody realised what a bad idea it would be before it got all the way to the airwaves.
Honey, I'm home!
People were understandably horrified by the premise of Hitler and Eva Braun trying to murder their rich Jewish neighbours, and the show remains almost entirely unseen.
Ava, babe, please! I'm the Fuhrer.
Number 9. Nothing can replace The Word. The Girly Show.
Tonight's wanker of the week is the simpering, simple-minded actress who gives all us blondes a bad name. It's Patsy Kensit.
One of the most controversial shows of the 1990s, a decade in which people would do absolutely anything to get on TV, The Word was the most anarchic show of all. Airing late at night on a Friday, it was expected that the show's young audience would be drunk and leery, having just come back from the pub.
Oh, Patsy, your lips are just like your knees. They've never met. No.
The Word ended in 1995, but Channel 4 was swift to replace it with The Girly Show, covering the same topics in the same time slot, but now fronted by women. The Girly Show is not fondly remembered by British audiences and only had 2 series and 12 total episodes after the tabloids led a campaign to have it destroyed.
Now then, you're the twins' grandma. Hello.
Hello.
Now, do you not think that we're showing the twins' full talents?
No, I think they deserve much more, and eventually they will be the stars of the show.
Number 8. Non-stop injuries. Gladiators. Though it ran for most of the 1990s, eventually the problems inherent in Gladiators got too much for ITV to bear. The show took a cast of unknown athletes and bodybuilders, made them famous, and offered them everything they could want on a silver platter.
Now this is step aerobics gladiator style. Jet, intercepts Julie, and sends her packing.
This led to chaos behind the scenes. The cast slept together, took drugs, and some even got involved in crime. Ultimately though, the big issue was the injuries. It's a miracle nobody died on the show, though Diane Udale, who nearly broke her back while falling from the pyramid, came close and left soon after.
Julie having another go, and Jet's got the measure of her.
It's also telling that Gladiators has been revived twice too, with the subsequent versions on Sky and the BBC also plagued with injuries.
Takes the plunge. Oh, a Jet with a spectacular crash dive.
Number 7. Divorce behind the scenes. Meet the Richardsons.
He's a knobhead.
Meet the Richardsons.
John Richardson and Lucy Beaumont tied the knot back in 2015, but 9 years later they called it quits and announced they were getting a divorce. Not much has been said, with the comedians' focus being on getting everything over and done with and protecting their daughter. But both careers have been affected, with their Dave mockumentary Meet the Richardsons presumably cancelled.
I've got something I need to tell you.
I don't like it when you laugh because that means it's not funny.
Interestingly, no cancellation has yet been announced, but they did make their separation public at the same time Series 5 began. It also makes it hard to re-watch the show as they play up their bickering for the camera. Elsewhere, and Beaumont's hit sitcom Hull Raisers has also been cancelled in the wake of all this.
Are you and Silent Romeo staying for tea?
Yeah, obviously. We're starving.
Right, we'll go wash your eyebrows off then.
Number 6. Fake mediums. Most haunted. Britain's premier ghost hunting show is actually still going over on its YouTube channel, but despite years of searching, Yvette Fielding and Carl Beattie haven't found a TV network willing to give it a third chance.
And so arranged for a particular name
to be fed to them, either in passing but also written on a piece of paper.
It already got axed once, but ended after another 5-year run over on Really. One controversy that is still talked about to this day, though, is Derek Acorah being dropped from the show following an episode in which he was exposed as a fake. Infamously, the show's skeptical parapsychologist planted a fake name on the set. This name, Creed Kafer, was an anagram of Derek Faker, and Acorah used it without realising. But the show lost its charm without him and his possessions.
Taylor, unbeknownst to him, Creed Kafer is an anagram of Derek Faker.
He's back down here.
Number 5. Quitting Live. Blind Date.
Ah, yes, even though this is my last series. Yes, isn't it a shame? I've had great fun for 18 years.
It ruled evening television in the 80s and 90s, but in 2003, time was running out for Blind Date. It was already on the rocks thanks to plunging ratings, but ITV decided that the way to liven things up was to send out the episodes live.
This is going to be my very, very last series of Blind Date.
For whatever reason, Cilla Black hated this and announced on air that it was going to be her last season, to the shock of everybody involved, namely the production crew, who suddenly found themselves out of a job.
We've got to make it the biggest and the bettest yet. We're going to do that, aren't we?
It turned out that Cilla Black was irreplaceable, surprising nobody. Without her, things fell apart, and even a Paul O'Grady-fronted reboot on Channel 5 ended prematurely. Number 4. Allegations. White Gold. In 2017, 3 women made serious allegations against Ed Westwick, best known for his starring role in Gossip Girl.
I prefer the term ambitious, but whatever the label, we're the ones you better keep your eyes on.
At the time, though, Westwick was the lead in a BBC sitcom, White Gold, made by In-Betweeners co-creator Damon Beasley. White Gold wasn't a monster hit, but it was popular with everyone who tuned in, landing it a second series.
I do not deserve an angel like you in my life.
I know.
But filming was paused while Westwick was investigated. He ultimately wasn't charged, and Series 2 wrapped up and came out in 2019, but there has never been a hint that a third series might come.
One more thing. Salesmen are like vampires. Never invite one into your home. Once you do, we won't leave your side until we taste blood.
It seems that the controversy around Westwick well and truly killed this promising show. Number 3. Secret final episode. Sherlock. It took the country by storm in 2010 as we got a sleek, stylish, modern adaptation of Sherlock Holmes.
Dr. Watson, why would he do that to me? That was insane.
Yes, well, someone convinced him that you wouldn't tell the truth unless you were actually wetting yourself.
But slowly, Sherlock began to deteriorate until they put out a 4th series so bad that its fans decided there was a secret 4th episode hiding somewhere that would redeem it. They even decided that the BBC was covertly broadcasting the episode under the name Appletree Yard, with the clue being that Appletree Yard starred actress Emily Watson, who coincidentally shares a surname with John Watson.
So there were 3 of us. I know that now. You, me, and Euros. The sister I can't remember.
Unsurprisingly, the episode doesn't exist. While this controversy was small and confined to the show's fan base, those dedicated fans were basically the only people watching at that point, and the fiasco destroyed whatever goodwill was left.
He's dead.
Dead or alive. It really wasn't very interesting, but you three were wonderful.
Number 2. Horror Crash. Top Gear.
With what's ever happened this last year for me, one thing I've been very aware of and desperately wanting to do is take you.
I've heard they love you over in India.
Not just India, Sean.
After 20 years and numerous cast changes, the second iteration of Top Gear came to an end in 2022. It had been through many controversies, but most memorable are the multiple near-fatal car crashes its stars have been through. First was the 2006 Vampire Dragster crash, in which Richard Hammond almost lost his life. Hammond was also involved in another dangerous crash while filming the Grand Tour.
You feeling like 100% now?
Not really.
No.
don't know if I will again, to be honest.
Freddie Flintoff, one of the new presenters, also went through 2 brutal crashes during filming, and the second of these has left him with lifelong injuries. The details have never been revealed publicly, but it was so serious that he won millions in lost income from the BBC, and the show has been shelved indefinitely.
I don't know what completely better is. You know what I mean? I am what I am now. I'm different to what I was. There's something I'll probably have to deal with for the rest of my life, so.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Number 1. Death of a Guest. The Jeremy Kyle Show.
Because Jane was on the show as well, Steve wasn't there to talk anymore, so they had to go down there and make sure that Jane realised that it wasn't the show's fault and she didn't start saying the wrong things to the newspapers.
While Top Gear's accidents are serious, there are shows out there that have been cancelled because people involved have lost their lives. The Jeremy Kyle Show is one of these, and it's not actually known how many former guests have died after participating, because it's certainly more than Steve Diamond. Diamond took his own life in 2019, and ITV immediately paused production, with the show being swiftly cancelled for good and its presence erased from official channels online.
When my wife died, they did nothing, absolutely nothing.
In the aftermath, Channel 4 made an exposé about how vulnerable people were targeted by the producers involved in casting, while Kyle himself refused to speak at the inquiry into it and has also refused to apologise.
They split you up straight away. You're put in these little cubicles, like shoe boxes, and they come and pump you for hours.
Let us know in the comments which shows deserve another chance and which should stay cancelled.
Everybody thought that they were the good guy. Nobody on that stage ever thought that they were going to get as a goer.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojoUK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.